Hello, hello, good morning. Good morning. I know this is a heavy topic, so I wanted to start off with some lightness and brightness. But what to do if you're starting over in your 40s and you're feeling like a failure? The thing I want to say very first of all is if you're feeling like you're a failure, what are you telling yourself about this time in your life? Maybe you've gone through a breakup, a divorce, a job loss. Maybe you've just gotten disfellowshipped and you're feeling like such a failure. So everything starts with the thoughts in our minds. And so what are you telling yourself to make yourself feel like a failure? Is it something like, I don't know what I'm doing, I deserve this, I don't know how to go on, I really messed things up, I don't know if I'll ever be able to repair things? What are you saying to yourself on the daily, like these thoughts that are constantly going through our minds? We have about 60,000 thoughts that are going on in our brains every day, all day long, and a lot of them are really unconscious. They're thoughts that we've always just kind of thought. And so if you're going to be starting over, and let's say I'm looking at this too, like, what if I had to start over right now? I'm 49 years old. What if I had to start over with something, with a job loss, with a breakup? Like what would I do? And what I know most of all is that it all starts with our thoughts. So what do I want to be telling myself? Do I want to tell myself that I messed up everything and I deserve this and I deserve to be punished and I don't know what I'm doing? I mean, I just can't imagine how that would make things go any better for me, right? So if we're not conscious of the thoughts that we have, there can't be any creation. So when we're thinking about creating a new life, it's going to take a lot of consciousness, really paying attention. What are the thoughts that are going on in my mind constantly, day after day? Because if you think about it, everything that's created has been created by a thought, whether it's an invention or a relationship or a job. I mean, first you have to think, oh, maybe I could have that job. Maybe I should apply for that job, right? Maybe I am worthy of that relationship. Oh, that is a place I would like to travel to, it all starts with this thought that we have in our mind first. So when we start thinking thoughts on purpose, it really helps us be able to get clear on what we're creating. So what are the thoughts that you want to create on purpose when you think about starting over? So first of all, I wrote down, if we have, number one, we have to really be aware and manage our thoughts. Be aware of what are the thoughts going on in our mind. And for me, what I love to do is what I call a brain dump on paper. And this is what I do. I will write it all out. Everything about how I feel about the situation, things going on. And it does take a little bit of time. But what I've noticed is when I do write things out, that you can kind of look back at your thoughts when you just dump it all on paper, and you can look at your thoughts and think, is this really helping? Is this really going to help me create the life that I want? Is this getting me closer to where I want to be? And when we can create our thoughts on purpose, then we can create our future on purpose. So if you're thinking thoughts of, this might be possible for me. I could start over. I could reinvent myself. I could try this. I could do this. Maybe I could have that. And that's what you have to say to yourself. Sometimes if you don't believe it 100%, it might be a possibility. That could be possible. Maybe it might be for me. And that will get your brain thinking of maybe it's possible, so it's not just so like you're thinking this thought that's like, oh, that's never going to happen. No, sometimes we have to start kind of at the bottom where it's like, well, there might be a possibility for me. So when our thoughts come first, then we're able to actually create things. So if you're thinking about things in your life, your life, it is a thing. If we want to create our life and our future on purpose, what do we want to think about ourselves? This might be possible for me. Maybe I could try dreaming of what I really want. Things like that kind of get you thinking, oh, maybe I could have what I want, maybe this could be possible. But we have to create these thoughts first. And so really, if you think about it, it's just this little innocent sentence in our mind. Paying attention to this little tiny innocent sentence, these words that we tell ourselves over and over again. And when we see our dreams actually come true, it's just that sentence that we've been dreaming of actually realizing it. Like, dreams do come true, and that's how they come true. It starts here first. What do we want to create in our lives? Do we want to create health and happiness and abundance and peacefulness and family? And what is it? What do you want? I think knowing that first and then paying attention to what's going on in your mind it's so important. So first, I wrote these things down for you. First of all, create the sentence. What is it? What's the sentence that you want to believe about your future as you're starting over? Because feeling like a failure is going to disappear. You're not going to be feeling like a failure if you're thinking, I deserve better. I think there might be a possibility for me to have more. I think I deserve more in my life. I believe that there is so much out there that I haven't experienced yet, and I'm willing to go out and try. So when we believe that sentence, like, I would have to actually believe it, and you're going to know that you believe it when you feel it. When you feel it in your body of like, I believe that. I think I do deserve better. Maybe this is all happening for a reason. Maybe my life is taking this big turn for me. This could be this unexpected gift that I didn't even know that I wanted, and now here it is. And then when we act on that feeling, not on failure, but act on the feeling of abundance and love and growth and prosperity and just more, when we act on that feeling, then we're going to produce more. But it all starts here. What do we want to tell ourselves? And then, so when we act on the feeling and we act on the, let's say, for instance, I think I deserve more. I believe I deserve more. I'm feeling kind of like good in my, the vibration of my body is good. Like, I deserve more. Then I'm going to kind of be looking for more. I'm going to be believing that there's more for me. And from that, I'm going to take action, right? So when I get that feeling in me of like, oh, abundance or joy or happiness or love, because I deserve more, then I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be looking around, and my brain is going to be scanning for, there's probably more out here. And then you act on that feeling, right? You act on the feeling of, oh, maybe I do deserve that. Thinking that you deserve it, abundance. Then you go out there and you actually create your life on purpose from the thoughts that all start here in your mind first. So, I said at the bottom here, dreams do come true. So start thinking of the possibility, feel it, and then take action. Those are the steps that I would use if I had to start over my life right now. And, there's changes always going on in our lives, but if you really feel like you're starting over, think about what type of life that you want to create. Imagine it. And then just start thinking those thoughts about yourself on purpose. Because so many times we walk around just unconscious, just thinking thoughts that we've thought about ourselves so many times. And when you're going through, a breakup, a job loss, or disfellowshipping, you're going to have a really, you're going to notice yourself maybe having some negative self-talk. And you're the only one that can notice that. And that is really the first step, is really noticing it and deciding, I don't want to think that way, because all of our thoughts They're optional. We don't have to think that. And we can think anything that we want. Nobody knows what we're thinking. We could think anything we want. What if you're thinking, I deserve better? That makes me feel a little bit hopeful, just saying it. I deserve more. Makes me feel hopeful. And then I'm looking around like, oh, where's more? You know? And I'm scanning for it all the time, and I'm creating it because I'm looking for it, and I have that hopeful feeling, and so I'm going to act on it. And because of that, things are really going to change. They're going to change in your life, I promise you. So that's my advice to you today. I wish you all the best in starting over, whatever it is that you want to create. I believe it's possible for you. And I believe that we have a lot more power and a lot more say over the things that happen in our life than we might think. So I hope you have a wonderful day. All right. Bye, everyone.